Welcome to today's deep dive. Imagine if the smartphone in your pocket right now wasn't just scrolling social media, but was quietly measuring the gravitational pull of the moon.
I mean, it sounds like science fiction, right? But that is exactly what we are looking at today.
Yeah, so our mission today is to synthesize a stack of white papers on this radically new ecosystem called Quantos. It basically turns consumer devices into cosmic sensors and, simultaneously takes aim at the bot-driven internet.
It is a massive shift, and to really understand it, we have to start with the foundational math.
Okay, let's unpack this. The core of QuantOS relies on what they call a triadic lattice. It's constrained by a strict rule where Q plus R plus S equals 0.
Exactly. You can picture it like a perfectly balanced three-legged stool.
Okay, so if a physical force pushes on one leg, the stool wants to wobble.
Right, but instead of reading a standard sensor to see how far it wobbled, the system measures the exact computational effort needed to restore that balance. Like, it measures the effort on your phone's eCore processor to force that zero-sum math back into place.
Oh, wow, so it's actually calculating the energy spent to stay balanced.
Yeah, and to do that without any digital hiccups, QuantOS completely abandons traditional Cartesian math.
Because traditional math uses decimals, right?
Exactly. Think of Euclidean math like drawing a diagonal line across a city map. It creates messy decimals, which leads to computer rounding errors or, what engineers call phase noise.
Right, and phase noise ruins the precision. So what do they use instead?
Well, they switch to integer-based L1 taxicab geometry. It forces the computer to calculate distances strictly by city blocks.
I see. So it's pure whole numbers, no decimals, no rounding errors.
You got it. That sets the stage for extreme scientific-grade precision using the exact same hardware you already own.
Okay, so we've turned your phone into this hypersensitive, flawless mathematical scale. But what are they actually trying to weigh? Like, are we just measuring footsteps?
You would think so, but they are aiming much higher, literally. What's fascinating here is they are using this zero-noise environment to track the moon.
Wait, really? The moon?
Yeah. The SOSUG network uses these phones as a distributed gradiometer to detect lunar and solar tidal forces.
That is wild. But how does it not just pick up, I don't know, a truck driving by outside?
Well, first it uses common mode rejection. Say 3 phones are in the same office building. They all feel the same local seismic vibrations.
Right, like the truck driving by.
Exactly. The network identifies that shared noise and mathematically subtracts it out entirely.
Okay, that makes sense. And then the white papers mention something called signal stacking, right?
Yes, so the system buffers the remaining data and folds it over the exact 12.42-hour lunar cycle for 28 days.
I get it. It's like taking 1,000 photos of a dark night sky. Any single photo is full of static and digital noise.
It really looks like a total mess.
But if you layer all 1,000 photos perfectly on top of each other, that random static just cancels out to black and the dim stars suddenly shine through.
That is a perfect analogy. Over that month, random electronic noise cancels itself out to 0.
Leaving behind just the pure low-frequency wave of the moon's gravity. That is incredible. But wait, pause. You're losing me on one detail regarding the timing.
Oh, you mean the retrocausal illusion?
Yeah. The white papers say it seemingly processes data faster than light using a phase-locked loop. If the network is forcing a tiny delay on my phone's clock, which they call a synthetic present, how does making my phone slower help it predict the future?
I know, it does sound like time travel, but I promise it's just clever predictive math. So when devices switch roles in the network, there is a microsecond delay called the jitter flip.
And without correction, that artificial static ruins the data, right?
Exactly. So by artificially delaying the hardware clock to match the network average, that synthetic present, the timeline becomes perfectly linear.
Okay, so every device is on the exact same artificial tick.
Yes. And because the moon's gravity moves in a perfectly predictable cycle, and that Q plus R plus S math is strictly bound, the phase-locked loop can calculate the gravitational shift ahead of time.
Oh, wow. So it anticipates the celestial oscillator before the physical data packet from another node even arrives.
You nailed it. It basically already knows the answer.
So while your phone is just sitting idle on your desk, its eCore is quietly crunching these taxicab math problems to sync up with the moon. And here's where it gets really interesting.
Right, the social layer.
Yeah. QuantOS uses those exact same synchronization principles to filter out digital fraud. They have this homeostatic social protocol to cure the dead internet.
Which works by using the 3 random rule. Every piece of content needs 9 randomized global reviewers and 100% consensus to be verified.
But I have to push back here. Is it actually realistic to force a mega influencer to perform grounding labor just to access their audience? Like taking time to review 30 small business listings?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it makes perfect sense. Look at their time assets economy. Traditional networks that let you just buy reach, right?
Yeah, you just pay for ads or use bot farms.
Yeah, exactly. But Quantos's demands actual human work to maintain an authentic marketplace. If those reviewers get lazy and approve bot-generated content, they face backflation.
Backflation. So it is a penalty that directly reduces their global purchasing power.
Precisely. And this is not just a theoretical experiment. If you look at corporate registries in the British Virgin Islands, under entities like Time Assets Limited, it suggests serious financial integration.
They're aiming for a zero-loss ROI mutation for existing businesses, right?
Yeah, they want a civilization-scale businesses to port their revenue streams into this new ecosystem without financial disruption.
So what does this all mean for you listening? It basically means your everyday device's physical state and your authentic human attention are becoming the literal grounding anchors of this new web.
Right, you are the filter keeping the noise out.
Exactly, which is a huge paradigm shift.
It really is. And this raises an important question to leave you with today.
I'm all ears.
If millions of smartphones acting as one synchronized mesh can detect the subtle gravitational pull of the moon, what other invisible earthly forces might this planetary-scale instrument inadvertently uncover?
Like shifting tectonic plates or unmapped atmospheric anomalies. We'll just have to wait and see.